Hello everyone, it's Tilly from Tilly Journals. Welcome back to my channel and to another memory plan with me. I am memory planning the week of the 20th of February in my 7x9 Tilly Journals planner. I am using these 2 pages of the Oddloop kit-ish plus functionals I made to match it myself. As you can see, I've just got kind of bits all over. Who knows what is, but yeah. And there's my extra bottom washi and stuff there. I'm using this glitter green from Scrub Prints Co. in some, I don't remember what the format names are, but I've obviously pulled my scripts and icons there, and I've obviously already used some of the bougie boxes for my extenders. Then I have the label sampler and the bottom washi. Then I also have these, this is not a foil that has come to shop because it won't foil very well, but these are my rainbow underlays that are in my shop in rainbow foil. And as you can see, this whole little bit is not foiled, so that's why it's not coming to shop. But there you go. It just, yeah, it didn't foil well. So I'm going to be layering those. Then I've got my stickers pulled out in my Planner Face reusable sticker album. I do PR for Planner Face, so you can use Tilly to save. Without any further ado, I'm going to get the pages out and then get the base down. I'm not going to be putting the full base down because I am going to have to cut up bougie boxes, so I'm not going to put all of them down so that I can cut them up as we go along, because the ones on day extenders obviously already needed to be in. Okay, so I read 2 books this week. The first of them was Read Between the Lines by Rachel Lacey. So this is a romance. It's kind of enemies to lovers, kind of. Kind of online to real life dating. Anyhow, essentially, Rosie owns a bookstore and's been unlucky in love. She's been flirting on Twitter with one of her favourite authors, Brie, who writes gay romances. And she owns her own bookstore, which she has inherited from her mum. And Jane works for her family's property development company and secretly writes novels under the pen name Brie in her evenings, and is slowly falling for a fan on Twitter. When Rosie's lease is being terminated by Jane's company, will Rosie learn the truth about Jane's second life, and will they be able to move past it? That was sort of my summary of the book. What I'd have written as the blurb. So basically, how did I feel about this? It got 3 stars. It was fine. There was nothing wrong with it per se. It wasn't a bad book. It dragged, it really dragged in places, and I just was sort of struggling through it at the times. But it was a cute romance, and I'd recommend it. But Rosie was over dramatic at times, and she just she just kept having the same repetitive little drama thing. Words. And Jane just spent her life putting herself down and hiding her true self, which was by the end of the book was just a bit much to read and a bit draining. There was steam in it, and it was fine. There was nothing special about the steam. Honestly, the steam kind of read like a straight person writing gay sex scenes, but yeah. And then the third act drama was a bit much, and then everything resolved in 3 seconds, which was annoying. I don't know. That was about the only fast-paced part of the book, so I don't know. Yeah. It was nothing special. If it sounds like a romance you'd like, go for it, but I wouldn't be rushing to read it. Solid 3-star, fine. The other book I read is The Gift by Frida McFadden. So she wrote The Housemaid's Secret and The Housemaids, which you've probably heard of if you're anywhere in BookTube. But this was a novelette? Is that how you say that word? Super short, shorter than a novella length thing. Honestly, I gave it 2 stars. I think I possibly should be giving up on novelettes because I'm not sure that I'm the right audience for them particularly. Like, I find them a bit draining a lot of the time. That sounds awful, doesn't it? I like that they're fast and you get like a complete story really quickly, but just, yeah, it's just, is probably how I'd summarize it. Anyway, so Stella is desperate to get a gift for her husband as their first Merry Christmas, but is absolutely broke financially. When a customer comes into the cafe, comes up with a solution, will the cost be worth it? The storyline was quite good, but I felt like actually the writing made this fall flat. It didn't make much sense, and it's more of a suspense horror than a thriller, to be honest. If you need a quick read and just want to check something off your reading goal, pick it up. If not, I wouldn't bother. Okay, so this is the base without the underlays. I've put down all my sidebar stuff already. We are going to just try and get Monday done. I then probably will need to leave, but we will try and get Monday done. So let's just get the other page out of the way and zoom in a little bit. And with 4 things in each of these boxes. So what I do when I'm going to cut up underlays is I stick it on the back of my hand before doing anything. So obviously I've already put this down. And we're going to start off with my morning routine. It's going to be the first thing I mark in. So we'll pop that down. And then we're going to pull this on my hand and stick it down. I should probably have had my decent craft knife at the ready because I know I'm going to immediately cut this up. Then I did some filming. I can't remember how much filming. Probably not tons, but a little bit. So I just need a craft knife and a ruler. So because we're just doing a little gap, we're just going to cut off a little bit. The only problem with doing things this way is I don't know how hard to press to cut through 2 underlays. Harder than that. So this may be a bit of a learning curve. Ugh. Okay. Kind of tore at the end of there, but it's fine. So for filming, what am I going to use for filming? Maybe a quarter box / fancy label. There. Then I've got a spray bottle. I did some cleaning, some tidying up, maybe? How was this only last week? I have no memory of it at all. Yeah, so I tidied and then I did some VA prep. So I think I might pop the tidying on one of my little paint swatches because I freaking love these things. So pop that in like that. And then see how much space we have at the bottom for the VA prep. Not a quarter. Yeah, that fits perfectly there, so that'll do nicely. Why does this blue look different? Oh, well, it's fine. Why am I struggling so much already with this spread? It's not great. It'll be So we've got morning routine, filming. For some reason I did put clean. I never clean, which is why I was so baffled by the spray bottle and clean. I actually tidied, but it's fine. It says clean now. And then I did my VA prep, which I've just got a little camera and a take photos script for. Then I bobbed into town to do a couple of things, and I think these will mostly go on little things, and I might even try and fit 5 things in this box depending how it goes. So I might even cut this box into strips. I need to check each one's cut though, because I've not got the hang of it yet. Like, that's better. Maybe I should cut those with scissors. I don't know whether that will work better. Just cut a couple of strips off it to start off with. They are very uneven though. That's why we don't do it with scissors. Anyhow, so first up we went to the post office. Then I went to the library and returned a book and picked up some more books because that is my life. Then this is where things are very wonky, so I'm just going to stick that down and then peel up my little thing and stick my little thing back down. That's fine. Then I did some planning time. I've got these squared off boxes and I should use them, but I'm annoying myself now. And then I was also binging Grey's Anatomy whilst I was doing this. And did a budget check-in. I wonder whether I can fit 2 little things in the rest of that space. I feel like I changed my blue, or my printer's printed slightly differently. My printer's printed very slightly differently, which is kind of annoying. But I'm going to shove this right at the bottom and put this strip in that I cut up there. So just things are very slightly off colour. It's kind of pissing me off. Urgh! And these are cut wonky. This is not going well. It's fine though. It really is fine. I'm not worried. It's just not going very well. I do just need another little bit of full box, and I'm going to try and cut this one a bit straighter at least at the bottom. There we go. Can't wait till I get further in the spread and this gets easier because I don't need to cut it up quite so much. So there we go, we've got 5 things in that box, just about. Better. Right, so post office, library, doing some planning, and watching some Grey's Anatomy. And then I'm going to mark in my budget check-in here. Really, I did this after, but that's fine. Because then we only have to fit 3 things in the bottom box, and I think it'll look so much better. So, for the library, I've just got library and post office scripts to go in those 2 little things. Okay, so onto our bottom box. So we'll pop this down, and then we're going to put a half box, I think. But this time we're going to go back to cutting on the paper. I just find it works better. And break that off there. Pull in one of my half boxes for Rangers. And then we were watching House of Dragon and I did some reading. So we'll use a quarter box for one of those. Maybe in a 3rd box and a little thing. Does a little thing fit in that gap? I highly doubt it. No. So not a 3rd box. Yeah, my print is just printed differently. I did change the print settings, so just need to remember that actually does make a difference. Changing the print settings changes the colours. Interesting. It's like that's how things should work. Oh, I don't have any more blue quarter boxes. Well, that makes things harder. I've got these like cut off ones, so that's fine. I've got loads of 3rd boxes, just no quarter boxes. It just means we need more of a underlay here. So that's kind of fine. So we'll just bob it down. And boom, sticker icons going at that side, and then just cut it off here-ish. Where's my cutter? I'm gonna have to do this a bit more because I do have lots of layering things. It's just typical that I don't have much to work with on this day in terms of underlays. This week with underlays when I've made my own like functionals, but well, it's not a problem really. It's just going to be a bit of trial and error, and a little thing at the bottom. Perfect. So House of the Dragon, I've got this couple, and then I've got the little thing for inches, and then for reading I've just got a read script there. Then House of the Dragon, I do have a House of the Dragon script, and Rangers was a quiz night, so I've just got Rangers quiz night, and that is the first day. This is proving harder than I thought it would, but look how good it looks. I love the layering of the underlays so much. I should probably have alternated them rather than layered them. I didn't put a freaking one of these in anywhere. Is there anything that'll peel quite easily? I'm annoyed now. This can switch out, I think. Yeah, the film should come off dead easy. I would quite like the quarter box back as well, so I think I'm just going to sacrifice that sticker and pull out something else for filming, but I am gonna leave this way round and put the film like that because I just think that looks really cool. And then we'll grab a planning sticker. Got this one with the brown background for filming. I'm happy with that. Cool. That is going to be it for this little bit of the video. I will be back later to finish it off. It will just be in a second to you, but it will be tomorrow for me. Okay, so I'm back. It's Tuesday. Oh, well, no, it's the following day. We're on to Tuesday is what I was trying to say and failing miserably at. Yeah, so I am gonna cut this little bit strip we had in half. Apparently not very successfully, but that's fine, whatever. Pop it down there. Because we're starting off with my morning routine. I was like, what colour are we? What colour are we doing? Red. Red is the colour we are doing. Then I have a star, which I'm not quite sure what it's for. Is that about right? Spacing, yep. I didn't count how many things I had on this day yet, did I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then I realised I had loads of things left in my car, which so should taken to work this day. Because I was off work. Because my car is more efficient and we're getting rid of it sooner, so it makes sense for like to take my car when I'm not at work at all and I don't need it. But he had stuff I needed in it to do some of what I wanted to do today, which wasn't ideal. And then I had a bit of a stress out about my portfolio. Just gonna put that in next. Then I did some of my budgeting and spending tracker. Loads actually, to be fair. And then I was in my feelings, so we're going to try and mark 5 things in this box so we can use some bigger things further down the day. Wait, hang on. We don't need to do that because we've got 4 boxes, not 5. We probably don't need 4 boxes here. Oh well, it's fine, it's done now and there's not a lot I can do about it. So I use a bigger box for budget check-in. Does that work? Because I could do it with only fitting 4 things in. Now I've actually paid some attention. Let's just try and spread these things out. This is the problem with doing cutting up the bougie, is that it's when you realise you've done something wrong, it's actually quite hard to put right. But we'll see whether we can at all and make a bit more space. Probably can't make much space because I don't really cut it much thicker than I need, so I might not be able to put a 3rd box in, the bottom, but we'll see where we get to. Where we've gone to is wonky somewhere. But that'll do nicely, so we'll just try and fit a little squidge of bougie in that last little gap. And then we're on to the next box. Come on. Did I not cut it well enough? No, by the looks of it. I hate only having... Oh shit, now I've cut right through my page. Oh well. Don't do that if you can avoid it. Why am I like this? Oh my god, I'm so annoying. Right, so... This is such a hot mess up plan with me. This is why I hate having to cut up things, which is why I normally just use a core foil colour on the rest of them, or just use my own underlays rather than Scribble Co ones, because I've already got like the cut up ones that should make things stretch a bit further, but they did not. Okay, so that's for my budget check-in. I was then not in the best headspace and I was quite in my feelings. So I think I might use another third box to mark that actually. I seem to have lost a sheet of stickers. Yes, I have. They're on the floor. It's like I don't need to have many third boxes left and I should have loads. But I got one, so it's fine. So I'm just going to cut off a little bit for that. So yeah, we only needed to fit 3 things in most boxes because we've got a fourth box here, and that's come off half of it. So let's just put that down straight. Yeah, so we can do 3, 4, 4. So we can do 2 4s, 2 3s. So that is for being in my feelings, and then I organise my washi, which we're actually going to try and put in a half box. I just want to see how much space I need here. So I need to leave a reasonable chunk of underlay, unless I want to try and fit a little thing in, which I probably am not going to bother doing. I then just still have to fit 4 in both boxes, or a 5 and a 4. But I think I'll probably do 4 in both boxes. So yeah. I'm going to use this nice squared off half box from the foil bundle, or the foil add-on sheet there. Preferably with it down straight if we can. And just bob in the last little bit of underlay here. I am trying to like use as little underlay as I can, because I would like at some point in this video to be able to speed up and just have the underlays down. But we'll see where we get to. So, like, I still need 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I need 14 and I'm down to 11. So, like, we're getting there, but not good. So, for being in my feelings, like, I still need almost a full spread's worth. But yeah, it would definitely be easier if I was just using my underlays rather than layering. And a lot of the time I will be using just my underlays, because I will, what's the words? I'm at pieces. So the problem with leaving and coming back to things is that you don't know where anything is anymore. But this was quite a gappy pattern and I wanted to use the gappy pattern, so I had to use the less full underlays. So that's for organising a washi. Then whilst I was doing all that, I was binging Grey's Anatomy. I've kind of stalled since I watched quite a lot this week and the next week, and then I've barely watched any the week I'm currently living. I think I just cut the ruler rather than my underlay, so that's not great. Cool. So just because the Grey's Anatomy script I have is a bit bigger, I really have loads of layering things and I need to start using them. We're just going to use this third box. Then I set up, whilst I was binging Grey's, I set up my budget planner. Then I worked out my sinking funds, and then I made a fondant cow. The 4 things I'm going to try and fit in this box. So I'm going to jump down to the bottom. I would quite like to be able to just use a little bit. I'd like to not use another underlay if I possibly can, but I'd also quite like to what's the word? Use a layering bit here. I doubt I'm going to be able to actually without using another underlay. Maybe I will just use another underlay though. Anyway, you know what? Let's just use. Does anything fit on this anymore? Yes. For setting up my budget planner, I'm just going to use this paint swatch. And then going to have a little thing for looking at sinking funds. And then at the bottom of this box, we actually might get away with it and just not have anything right at this bottom bit. If we put in a quarter box here, I think it'll come all the way down to the fold. If I could centre this that tiny bit more, it would look even better. I can't really because that's a bit short. But that works, I think. So this is why I had a bigger box for watching Grey's, because both my sticker and so I've got scripts left from, I bought in a D-stash, which are from Magical Sticker Co. for that. Then I didn't put my scripts in up at the top. Then for setting up my budget planner, I've got a little money icon. I think that's a planner face one. That is from not Magical Sticker Co. Sparkle Sticker Company. I think that's the name. It's Marnie's shop. One of my friends. So, right, for being like shit socials up my stuff, I do have a script up here. Also, do you like me putting my scripts in as I go so it's done, or would you rather I sped it up and do it at the end like Rosie? Is it Rosie? Yeah, Rosie Plans. Is that her channel name? It does. I can't remember what her shop name is. So budget planner goes in there. Oh, this looks so good. I love this so much already. It's unreal. I was really proud of my fondant cow. If I remember, I'll pop a photo in of my fondant cow because I loved it. So I actually made the fondant cow for guides. And I would really like, look at this, we've got a flag. We've got a flag. So at guides we made the fondant cows and had pancakes. Then came home and watched House of the Dragon, I think. I did some reading at the end of the day, as usual. And also, because it was pancake day, had some pancakes. Which will fit if I put it at the right side. I might just move this up a tiny little bit. Ugh. Why did I put the TV down first? I never put my icons on first for this reason. But it's fine. The TV can just go slightly under. So, cute little pancake stack. And then I've run out of just read scripts, so I'm using reading ones at the moment. And then when I've run out of my reading and my book binge scripts, I'm going to move to printing my the book I'm reading. So I just need to be keeping a better track of what I'm actually I actually think this is the day we finished House of Dragon. Though, actually, I think we technically finished it the day before, but we watched the last episode because neither of us really knew what was going on. So, there's that. And we're on to Wednesday. And we get to start with an easy box again, which is nice. So it's a 4 and 3 threes, isn't it? Yeah. So, started off with my morning routine. Who's surprised? Not me. You shouldn't be either. And then I did a little trip to the grocery shop on the way to meet my mum, which I'm also going to mark in a little thing. And I put that first sticker the wrong way around, which ain't ideal. So, yeah, let's get that back down. I know it doesn't really matter, but it does to me, so okay with it. And then I did a shed load of bacon with my mum. Yeah. So, pop that in nice and big, in a big box. So, morning routine, grocery run. I've got a grocery cart from Plan Phase and a grocery run script from the foil bundle. This will stick better when this is stuck down better, but we'll get there in a second. And then did I make? Yeah, I did. I made a baking script because I've got a with mum script. So we'll put the with mum down first because it's on white paper, so it's a bit more like a bit less forgiving. And we'll just put the baking on top. There. Beautiful. I'm going to be back in a second and I'm going to try turning autofocus on my camera off and keeping it focused on the planner. Give me 1 second. Okay, we'll try this for a little bit, see how we go. But yeah, that was baking with mum. Then I spent some time, so my great uncle, my granny's brother, came over to see my grandpa. The underlay doesn't look straight, or the overlay isn't straight. I'm not quite sure which. Something's not straight. That's better. Okay. So that's there, and now you can see this wibbles a lot less. So they went over to my parents' house, and I spent some time chatting with my grandpa and my great uncle and his wife, which I'm going to put in his third box after much deliberation there. Oh, have I stuck that down too hard? No, it's fine. I know I've just changed blade, which is going to make things more confusing for myself, but I wanted to know where I stood. So that's for that. And then when I came home, I watched a load of Grey's Anatomy. Who's surprised? You shouldn't be. And I think I might put that on one of these half-quarter boxes. There. And then I was doing something else with the money. I was working on my business bookkeeping, which could do with being in another third box because it was quite a big task, which works perfectly. Beautiful. So we're just going to cut off a tiny bit here. There we go. Put in our next third box. And you know what? I might just put it right down to the header because I could leave a little gap, and if I had a proper underlay down I would prefer to leave a bit of a gap, but I don't, so it's just gonna stay like that to make my life easier when I get it straight. There we go. So for chatting with Fam Alam, extended Fam Alam, we just got a little house because, I don't know, that made sense. It was at my parents' house, it wasn't even at my own house. Then I watched some Greys and ate my dinner, which is why there's a little knife and fork next to that. And a Grey's Anatomy script. And then for the Tilly Journals of bookkeeping, I've just got a little money there. So for the chatting, I've just got a script that says chat with Gramps, Peter and Hazel, and then Tilly Journal's bookkeeping. So that's there. Then, I'm not going to lie to you, I had a proper spiral about my business and business finances and my life and lots of things here, because my business is not in its best shape financially that it's ever been, and I know some of that is my fault. I keep buying expensive things for the business, but it's helping the business, so I'm just in this really weird spot at the moment, and it was just stressing me out, so popped that in there. Then I was binging Greys whilst I did the bookkeeping, because bookkeeping is actually dead easy. Mostly it is finding the right amounts of money, but it really didn't balance this time because I hadn't done it for so long. It was really a struggle to find where it didn't balance. So there was that added stress. But generally, if you keep up with your bookkeeping, at least I don't find it particularly hard. It's not that it's not hard, it's that I don't find it hard. I should have said that in the first place. Because, well, I'm quite a maths-brained person. So I think that's why I don't really struggle with it. And then managed to get them to balance. And then I've got a TV time, and I'm not really sure what the TV time is marking. I think that might have actually been when we rewatched the final... Oh no, this day we were watching random documentary things, so we decided to try watching something like So Should Watch Without Me. So we watched random documentary things whilst I got the books to balance. Which is why I just used a TV time script, because it just to me it was just TV time. So for the books balancing, we're going to use another little thing. And then we'll see what fits in that last little bit of space. If we can make this underlay last the rest of this day, we can put all of the rest of the underlays on the second page and not have to cut any down on the next page, which would be incredible. So what fits in that gap? Does a third box fit is number one question. Not quite. So it needs to either be a quarter box or a layering functional, which I'd rather not use a layering functional because of the aforementioned. I would like to only use this box if I can. Well, that didn't cut. I don't want to make the same mistake and cut through the paper this time. I definitely cut through the paper at this side. It's fine. It's fine. I just can't care that much right now. Then I did some life admin. Which I think, because it's my functionals, I haven't quite worked out what fits with what yet to make good spacing. Because I quite like to use 2 little things in a half box, which I think should fit. I'm not 100% sure. I'm actually going to have a little bit of this left. So actually, let's try a little thing. As you can see, the green is very different there to the green above, but that's fine. Oh, and actually we need to use the rounded half box from the foil bundle here, so we need a little bit more to use a half box than we normally would, because it's curved edges. I was trying to save it from being used whilst we were cutting these up, but I can't, so it's gonna have to be. And I'm just going to cut that there, be at the bottom. Whee! Perfect. Put another little thing, again, I'm actually going to peel this one up and use this one in this gap, so we're mixing the two slightly different colours a little bit. Note to self, print all your functionals on the same printer settings at the same time and it will work better and they will look the same, but it's fine. it doesn't matter, really. And hopefully this half box, yeah it does, will fit nicely in the gap. Actually, to be fair, one of those could probably be a quarter box and I think it would look better. So let's do that. So put that down there. And then see if we can peel that back up. There we go. Beautiful. And where's my quarter box sheet? There we go. Whew. We are now gonna have an easier time of it. Are you excited? I am. Even if you're not, I'm excited to have an easier time of putting stickers down and make the rest of this plan with me go a bit faster. Oh God. She says as she literally tears a TV Time sticker in half. Why am I like this? So that's one of my problems with premium matte, is that it does tend to tear more easily than like removable matte and stuff, because it's less like paper. And this massive box is just for reading for ages, because I couldn't sleep, so I just read and read and read because I couldn't get to sleep. And then can't sleep in at the bottom. Beautiful. So the only thing that we need, oh, we've got some scripts to put in. So I'm printing my scripts on like bad paper, as in paper that I have printed on the wrong side of, and I keep getting like little bits of the ink from the other side, because it's not designed to have paper to have printing on my fingers. So like the bits of this coming off, and it's really annoying me. So that is the first half complete. Beautiful. Oh, look at it, it's so shiny. Right, I'm gonna speed up very briefly whilst I put all of the underlays down on the second half. You have no idea how excited I am just to be able to put down the rest of the spread with minimal like difficulty. I'm here for it. Right. Okay, so Thursday I again wasn't at work, so I started the day as I have every day with my morning routine. And then I did loads of work on orders. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 4 in every box here. So we're just going to use a foiled quarter box for orders. And then there weren't actually loads of orders, but it was taking me absolutely ages, and it was really annoying / stressing me out. So there's that, which I was going to mark next. And then I did a bit of filming, which hopefully I can put in one of my layering quarter boxes, which are here, which I think will fit if I just squidgy up everything a tiny bit to make it look a bit better. There. And perfect. So, morning routine, we're marking in the same way as usual. Working on orders, I've just got one of these Fox and Cactus order packing things and an orders script there. And for it taking forever, I've just got a little shopping bag, because like, people have shopped at my shop. Does that make sense? Who knows? Makes sense to me. And then for filming, I've just got the little planner icon from the foil bundle and a film script from my shop there. And then just got my Taking Forever script. Next I'm marking in watching Greys, because as usual I was watching Greys. And then this day my grandpa moved into a care home. I haven't really talked about it much because I think we all feel really quite sad about it, and I just didn't want to get too into it, but he's just, yeah, wasn't working, him being at my parents' house, which is sad, but yeah. Then I worked on the de-stash box, and then I washed my hair. So for washing my hair, I'm going to pop that in at the bottom. Then if a third box will fit, that would be ideal, but I'm not sure it will. Oh, it might just. It actually does just. Excuse me. There we go. So my grey script isn't really going to fit because, as I said, I'm using old ones that I probably wouldn't now buy. But that's there. For the stash box, I've just got a present. It is now sorted and ready to go, but I still haven't actually shipped it because I am a useless individual. It's living in my living room at the moment. And that wash hair is still wonky AF. Anyway, during my shower, this is where things got interesting. During my shower, our water decided to just stop working. So we think the water pressure had been low, and so our cylinder hadn't refilled, but we don't really, because other people have complained about the water pressure being low. I might actually cut this script in half. I think I thought I was going to put it on a little thing, but actually I want to use the little boxy box, so that's for our water being broken. I will use a little thing for trying to fix it, however. And then we're like, well, this ain't working. So it's date night time. So we went off on our date night. And I'm gonna mark things a little bit out of order because I'm going to mark having salt and pepper fries. See if our quarter box will fit in there. No, it's sort of between a little thing and quarter box, but that's fine. It's not a problem. There. So for trying to fix it, I've got a little house. Then for date night, I just got this little couple, once more with love, munchkins. Then date night. And then I'm marking in the salt and pepper fries at first because it can go on a little thing. And I would rather the next thing, which is going to the market tap, went on its own and went in a bigger box. So I'm going to start actually from the bottom and mark in reading right at the bottom. Above that I am going to mark bed being super cold. Oh. And then being really, really tired. We actually went to bed quite early this night because we were exhausted. And then we're just going to see what will fit in that box. I was hopeful one of these would, but I don't think it will. A flag would. Maybe a flag on its side, but then it's kind of like the same as that. But I think that's probably our best bet without cutting something up. So we'll go with that. If we put it at the right side, at least we will. So I've got this little pub sticker for going to market tap. For being exhausted, I've just got a little one of them, what Jimmy calls it, sleep mask. For being exhausted, that's there. For bed being super cold, I've just got a bed sticker. And then reading and marking in the same way I always do, pretty much, with some sort of icon, which this week is Planner Face books and a reading script. So bed is super cold is literally what my script says. Salt and pepper fries for the salt and pepper fries. market tap for the market tap and try to fix it for the water. And that is Thursday. So Friday, I was finally back at work this day on an evening shift. So marked morning routine, and then I've written that I was exhausted as well. And then I was watching some Greys, because what else do I do with my life? Apparently not much. So we'll use a quarterly box thing for that. And then the strike dates were announced for the junior doctor strike. For those of you who don't know, I am a junior doctor, and yes, I will be striking before anybody asks me in the comments. And I don't mind admitting that at all. It's actually when I'm on nights, so I feel even worse than like I normally would about striking. Like I'd normally feel a bit guilty, but also gotta, yeah. Anyhow, I'm not gonna get into it too much here, but suffice to say, a couple of quick little facts that people don't realise. Junior doctor, the term junior doctor encompasses all doctors that are not consultants, pretty much. In fact, no, that is just true. All doctors that are not consultants or GPs, fully qualified GP, a GP registrar is a junior doctor, a GP is not. So, yeah. There we go. So, that's for the strike dates being announced. Cute. Okay, into the next box. I planned the following week, or started to at least, and then I went to work, which I would really like to mark my work shifts for these days in these big boxes, if I can. And I'm going to just squidge a little thing in at the bottom of the day. So let's just double check that fits, which I think it does. Beautiful. So for planning next week, I've just got a sticker because I am trying to finish up sheets. So in fact, didn't I finish that sheet at the beginning of this video? Plan next week. Work in the square box. There, cute. And then for being low, I've just got this little heart and a feeling down script, which kind of covers the little heart, and I wish to put the little heart more to the side, but it's too late for that now. Then on to the last box. First thing I'm going to mark in is talking to Soj about the strikes. Then I had a bit of a meltdown. And yeah, I'm not going to go too much into it, but yeah. And then I was panicking that I didn't know him, so that's basically what that's to mark. Now I'm going to mark in some cuddles at the end of the day, where we talked and made things better. And I hoped that would fit, but it doesn't. So we'll just use another little thing. I would quite like one of the other slightly different shaded little things. Actually, another quarter box would probably fit, but I think it's fine as is. There. And let's just pull this down a tiny bit. There. So for the chat about the strikes, I've got this serious conversation. Munchkin. Then for my meltdown about whether I knew Soj, because he just said something that upset me quite a lot. We're not going to go into it. And then cuddle. And then this was for talking it out here. So I've got a with my love script for talking it out. So chat Ari strikes. And do I know him? Are the scripts? The answer is yes, I do know him. He just wasn't engaging brain. By the way, if you were wondering, not that I was really in a doubt. I just panicked, basically. Cool. So on the following day, we talked about what had happened the night before. And then, to be honest, we actually had a bit of a fallout about it. These need to be marked smaller than that because I've got to fit 4 things in both of these boxes. So let's peel that back up and destroy it completely in the interim. So let's go back and mark a little thing. So talk about yesterday, and then fallout. And then I think the problem was we were both feeling pretty jaded about the entire world. So there's that. I think I'm probably just going to use 5 little things here because we then had snuggles, and then we played some Stardew, which is the thing I will mark bigger if I can, but I'm more bothered about fitting everything in. But I can fit that in, so it's fine. So, just gonna pop these character stickers down, and then yeah, we had a lot of cuddles here, and then played lots of Stardew Valley because we love Stardew Valley. It's a great game. So I've got several scripts here. So we'll start with Stardew Valley, the fallout here with this argument sticker, chat about yesterday, there, and then feeling jaded about the world. So much more than I was, but yeah. Cute. Then I've only got 3 things to mark, and I did that on purpose because I want to use a squared off box. As I said earlier in this video, I do want to use squared off boxes for work this week. Then got home and we had some sexy time after work, and then I did some reading before going to sleep. Beautiful. So for work it is very similar. I'm just using a slightly thinner sticker there. I think that was, again, this was a finish sheet sort of business. For sexy times I have a peach and a with Zosh script, and then for reading, as I said, marking it most days with the same little combo there. I did actually do some reading on this day. I don't know why I didn't mark it in, but I didn't, so we're just going to leave it alone. The key. Again, we've got 8 things to fit on this day, so we could do with fitting a fitting a square box in. So I'll just see how we get on. I might actually start from the bottom. So we've got reading. Ooh, do I not have? I should have. Yes, I do. There it is. One of them. And then I'm going to put things in the wrong order here. So I'm actually going to put baking in here, which is not what we did just before work. I was playing Eat Venture and we ate some lunch just before work. But that's going to go here. And then I'm going to jump to the top and put in 3 little things, and then hopefully fit a quarter box in the gap, as I often do. So just got 3 little things on my fingers, and again I'm just switching between the 2 colours to try and mix things up a little bit. And then let's see if we've got one of those quarter boxy things to fit in the gap. We do. But things are going to have to be ever so slightly closer together than they are. It will fit, but just so. My problem is actually I haven't used a foiled box on it this day, so I don't really know where one's going to fit particularly, other than if we try and fit one of the fancy labels into that gap. But that's even closer than this. So what I might do is cut it down. Where are my scissors? I would really prefer scissors for this. So I'm going to cut as close as I can to the foil. without like risking cutting it in half. So that you can't see the seam as much where I've cut it, because it kind of blends in to the sticker. I really like that. Good. Sleep in. I'm just marking with a sleep in script. Obviously I haven't really been sleeping hugely well because of everything that's been happening. And look how perfectly that teal sticker matches. And we've got morning routine, egg, exhausted. I really need to work out what printer setting prints best on this paper and like most true to colour. There. Then we've got a knife, no, because we're going to use the knife and fork for baking. We discussed this, Dilly. Except now it's got the white on the back, so it's going to have to go there. Annoying. So, would I rather mark Eat Venture or Grey's Anatomy bigger? Probably Grey's Anatomy because it's a bigger script. But that's fine. Grey's. And work, we are marking the same way as the other day. I just like to have that pop of the green box somewhere in the day. And reading in the bottom. And we'll put up our last two scripts, which is, so we actually made cookie dough. We didn't like do full on baking, it was just making cookie dough. Like, you know how Pizza Hut do cookie dough. I was trying to replicate that. It wasn't a very good recipe actually, but it worked. And that is finally it. This spread feels like it's taken forever. So I'm going to zoom out and pop the pages back in my planner. Okay, so I don't have a script for my grandpa going into a care home. I need to make a list of the scripts I've missed actually. Maybe I'll do that after this video, but that is the finished spread. I'm obsessed. I'm fairly certain you can't tell the functionals didn't come up with the box, with the kit, but yeah, I'm really pleased with how this has come together. I absolutely am obsessed with it. I'm glad I decided to do this with Oddloop kits because I love the art, but I just can't do the style of them. Here's what's left from my many pages of functionals. I think what I did really worked. I'm gonna keep these basically to look at what I used so I can make it better for my next one, but hopefully my next one I won't need quite as much other stuff. And then like scripts and icon, like fundle white, that's all I have left. So yeah, that's it for this video. Comment, like down below if you enjoyed it. Let me know whether you find the, I've also got those few left there. Let me know if you find the cutting up boxes annoying, but I just didn't know what else to do with this kit. But yeah, thank you for watching. Comment, like down below if you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!